everyone, welcome once again to Sparks and Blues. This is the podcast where we talk about life experiences, career, business issues, finance issues, and just, interesting topics that I feel would, inspire somebody and, help somebody along their journey. So today I just want to talk about friendships and how to recognize friendships that have expired. So, yeah, there's actually something called expired friendships. Yeah, it might be difficult for us to agree to these things, but they definitely do exist. And whilst I love friendships, I appreciate them, and friendships in life happen to be some of the best things that could or that will even actually happen to us or that probably happened to us in our lifetime. So, yeah, I believe so much in friendships, and I believe in the fact that we all should strive to give our best, in our relationships or to our friendships. And by this, I mean even friendship with, same sex, like female, not anything sexual or anything emotional. Like, I mean, friendships, it's important that we give good attention to it, detailed attention to it, so that as soon as we begin to see that they're expiring, we can recognize it. So today I'm going to be talking to us about things that when you see them, you need to be aware that, this thing has expired or is expiring, and then probably walk away or, just move on. There are some friendships that were actually never established in the first instance. So some people say, oh, we are friends. You don't even know where they met their spouse or how they met. You don't know much. You don't have much of their details. But something probably got you connected to each other. And then, people are translating it to using the word friendships for it. So it's important that we give these kinds of relationship the names that they're actually meant to have. Normalize using the words such as colleagues, neighbor, church member, and things like that. I think those things define it better than just moving to the next levels of friendships, colleagues, and all things. Yes, from those areas, you can actually grow into friendships. But you need to know when, and that is part of why I'm doing this video today, to let us know when these things are expiring and they are no longer valid. It's really of no point. And of course, how you can ensure you are not having any hard feelings to it. So, for example, if you see that you are able to keep away from each other for a very long time, yes, it's a busy time for all adults, and we all hide under the umbrella of the fact that, oh, I'm so busy, etc. Fine. So you survived not reaching out to each other for a very long period of time. Long period of time varies. To some people, 24 hours is long. So I'm not giving a timeline to it. It could be 6 months, it could be one day, whatever. But a long period of time based on how you normally would interact with each other, it's long. Whatever it could be in your own specific relationship with this person. You've survived that, you first initially go through those experiences and you're like, oh, is it that this person doesn't care about what we share any longer and things like that. So once you have been able to move through those phases, and then you now probably struggle to say, oh, let me reach out. And each time you reach out, or each time they reach out, if you realize that the subject matter is no longer between both of you, but maybe around some mutuals, and somebody calls you and what they really want to talk about is the downfall or the negative thing going on with somebody else, that's a big red flag. Because ideally, I feel that friends should talk about themselves, what they're up to, what they're all about, what they are doing, how life is happening, and things like that. And enjoy those things. Enjoy hearing from each other and discussing what you are doing. The moment you are focusing on discussing a third party or a mutual, that they are going through life or going through stress or things like that, I think it's just it's a red flag that there's really nothing else to talk about. So this person is just trying to force this relationship to keep going by bringing in something like tea, and you really might not need that. That's one. Two, the subject matter that got you linked up, maybe if it was a business and it didn't work out, you will find out that you really have nothing to talk about anymore. So there's actually no friendship. That's expired. And there should be no hard feelings to that. It has expired, it has expired. People should move on. If it was going to metamorphose into a relationship, then you would have other good things to do together and to talk about again. That's how to technically understand moving on or building relationships, knowing relationships that should move to the next level, knowing the ones that have expired or that are over. And there should be no hard feelings about these things, really. So we have a project, we met at a project, we are trying to build something and we're discussing it. We've done it and it's over and we have nothing to talk about anymore. It doesn't mean that so I'm going through something or something happened. It just simply means that we were actually not friends. We only met on a project and we know each other. So we need to recognize these things so that we don't start thinking, oh, we used to be friends now. No, there's really nothing like that. If it's that you met at work, there are a lot of friends that, a lot of people that you meet at work and they become friends. But there are a lot of people you also meet at work and it ends at colleagues, which means that if you leave the city or you change the job, you might not really keep in touch anymore. Or you might keep in touch once in a while and it will be healthy. But when you keep in touch and as adults, as grown women, grown girls, the subject matter becomes discussing third parties and their, down times, down moments. I think people should desist from such kinds of relationships. Those are not friendships. Those are not friendships. One other big thing that I tell people is that when you are younger, the view about friendship is, oh, my boyfriend jilted me, oh, I failed an exam, and this person came to support me. And we see friendships in that light most times. But when you become adults, people are chasing success, people are doing big things. The moment people call themselves friends and they are unable to reach out when positive things are happening, trust me, that's an expired relationship. If they only feel safe when you are not on social media and they're like, oh, why is she not on social media? Is she overwhelmed? Is she going through life? And then they'll hit you up. Those are not your friends. Your friends are the people that cheer you on, that stand by you when they see your successful posts, when they see you breaking barriers, shattering ceilings, and they still come, celebrate, and they are able to put up with that. Those are the people that are actually your friends. That is what we should begin to watch out for as adults and as we move on with life. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Bye.